morning, my silky friends. We are going to talk about some stuff that the news isn't telling you. And by news, I mean mainstream media. So I hope that you um, are ready to think outside the box because I sure am. I've had it with things that they don't let us know. And you have to go out and search it. Like, why? Why do I have to go out and search things that you should be telling me? Anyway, I know this is like completely unannounced, and that's because I that's because I've had a morning, more equipment problems and stuff like that. So, uh, yeah, it is what it is. Y'all know. If you were on the live when I was talking to Adrian the other night, you know. If you know, you know. So I'm still experiencing some problems. Let me know if you can't hear me. Good morning. Say hello. Say hello. Let me know you're here. I mean, I can see that you're here, but somebody tell me something. All right. We are going to go to X because that's my favorite place on the earth now. Um, I will touch a little bit on Delphi, not a whole lot. I don't know how y'all are feeling about it. I cannot see if you are commenting, I can't see it. So if I don't say anything, that is why. I don't know. I don't know. It could be the browser that I'm using because I had to change. But anyway, yeah, Delphi, it gives me anxiety and a lot of other problems that nobody wants to know about. Good morning, Roberta. Hello, how are you? Okay, I saw your comment. So, anyway, let's go to X because people want to know. Good morning, Sherry Faye. Good to see y'all both. Um, and the others, if you want to be lurkers, that's fine. If you catch this on the replay, that's fine. Again, I had to do this. It can't even be morning coffee talk because it's almost lunchtime now. All right. And I am I too loud? It doesn't, I don't know. My microphone is not working correctly now. So there you go. But yeah, let's go ahead and head on over to here. Because, you have all this stuff in the media. You have all of these, we're going to get political for just a second. Okay. I'm not a big fan of politics, but it is in the news and there's all kind of stuff. I'm just like, what? So, you know how the Democrats were, some of them were really trying to resist RFK Jr. and, of confirming him. And they said, and there are many, many videos to this effect that said, oh, I didn't take any money from Big Pharma. Well, here you go. Um, Bernie Sanders, $1,953,613. Now, I can't be bought, but that's just me. I mean, would it be tempting? Of course, I could just do this full time. I don't think that would work out well in the end as far as somebody paying me, but you know what I'm talking about. Oh my gosh, everything is so delayed, y'all. I'm sorry. Um, Elizabeth Warren, referred to by President Trump as Pocahontas. Y'all remember that whole fiasco? That was insane. She definitely said, and there are many, many videos of her saying this, I did not receive anything from Big Pharma. Well, I guess you don't consider $1,224,145 anything. Now, to me, that's a big deal. Would most people, I'm just saying the majority of people, would most people be willing to side with whatever Big Pharma is promoting if they were paid $1 million? Sure. And look at these other ones. Here we go. Raphael Warnock, this is in Georgia. Ron Wyden, Oregon. Michael Bennett, Colorado. Catherine Cortez Masto, that is in Nevada. And you see it goes New Hampshire, New Mexico, Rhode Island, Washington, Minnesota, and Vermont. Look at all those. Now, not everybody got $1 million. I mean, this guy in Vermont, I mean, gosh, only $176,000. Dang, you must not be that valuable. Good morning, Pam Frenchman. How are you? Um, I'm just saying. So yeah, you've got all that, and what can I say except this? Um, what do I always tell y'all? No matter if it's a crime case or this or whatever, remember I always say follow the money, follow the money. And there are a lot of things I can't talk about on here, tons. Um, I don't know if I'm gonna go either do just a video or go live on Rumble. Um, I don't know if that'll be tonight. I'm off today. I'm off now through Friday, and then I work the weekend. So I'm gonna try to put in some videos, but y'all should know that people can't stop texting me. But y'all should know that I'm also going to be taking a little bit of family time because and that's what I did this weekend. Sorry for y'all who got used to me being on Sunday nights for sure. I really felt like I needed to spend some quality family time, and I did, and we had a great time. Uh, we karaokeed, we played games, we had a great time. Okay, okay. Kayla says that this is a lie. The money is from individual donations. So when you make a big donation, you have to report what industry you work in. They took no donations from Big Pharma. Okay, okay. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Look, this is from, let me show you the source. Okay, this is from B.F. Franklin Spencer. Although I will say this, Kayla, there are many, many reports of big pharma donations, and uh, I got quite upset, and I think I did repost it. There is a lot of donations from healthcare agencies, nursing homes, hospitals, whatever. And as a medical professional, I was not amused. Okay. I think that they need to stay out of that. But it is. Roberta says both sides have received money from Big Pharma. I am sure. I'm sure, Roberta, that they have. There is no doubt uh, to me that people are they're corrupt on both sides. I'm definitely not saying the Republicans are, whatever. No. Do I trust any politician? Any? No. No. I don't. I will listen. I will, say, hey, if I think you have a good idea, I will support it. But am I married to the fact that one side is corrupt and the other is not? No. Not any individual and not any organizations. Um, let's see. Oh, good morning, Kib Kitty. How are ya? Yeah, looks like someone woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Yeah. Yeah. Well, But hey, here's the thing. I will listen to both sides, okay? I will listen, and you prove to me that I'm wrong, I'll say, "Hey, misinformation." It does not it doesn't change my opinions on a lot of things, but I definitely don't want to say something that is not true. All right, so let's move on. I saw this. Y'all know I love cat turd on on X. I know some of you don't like cat turd, but he cracks me up. He just cracks me up. Um, especially during the last 4 years, he has been hysterical. But this is interesting. Um, and I can't play all this because obviously I'll get a copyright strike. But they're saying the new U.S. Attorney General calls for Epstein client list to be released. Now, this is from Fox News, okay? I'm not making this up. They did name Bill Clinton, according to Fox News, in the Epstein list, which, I mean, come on. Have you been following this for what? When was this? 2016, 16, 17, somewhere 18. I don't even know. I've been following the Epstein list for a long time, even before Epstein was arrested. Was Bill Clinton listed along with many, many other people? Absolutely. So am I surprised? No. No, no, no. I don't even think at this point that anybody surprises me, okay? I'm not going to be shocked by anything. I'm just be like, well, there you go. Glad they got outed. Um so let's see if they are going to release the list that we are all waiting for, because hey, I want to know. I want to know what is going on, mainly because it leads to a lot of other things that I can't talk about here, but I will on Rumble. Can't talk about that. You're going to see me skip through a lot of things, but if you have interest in a lot of areas, you can follow me on X, Silky Southern Tea. I repost most stuff. I am glad to see, though, the help that is going out to Western North Carolina, because y'all know how many times I have griped, complained, and whined and moaned and screamed and did an interview with someone from Western North Carolina. I've been so upset about this. So upset. But aside from, now they're finally getting some aid, and we'll look more into that. All right. Ann Vandersteel says, and we're going to look at this. This is good news, but that we're going to get into. She says, not shocked at all about the article that we're going to talk about, but wait until you hear about the CPS cases we are tracking. Things are about to get real. Now, if y'all will remember, I'm going to pop back where I can see you. If y'all will remember, CPS was taking kids out of the homes, the tents, whatever, if they couldn't provide a place to stay by the end of the week, and kids were taken. Reminiscent of Maui and other stuff. Let me see what's going on in chat here. Let's see. Uh Bernie doesn't take any money, and neither does AOC. I want to tell you something. Everybody does, whether it's above board or under the table. If you don't understand that, Kayla, then you need to really go back to square one. Okay, have to really go back to square one. Follow the money. Follow the money. Um. Okay, I will ask you, Kayla, to not be. I can deal with different opinions and differing opinions. If you've got proof, why don't you put a link down in the comments? I don't like to time people out. I don't like to ban people, but do not upset my chat. Do you understand? Um. Oh, okay. Oh my gosh, Kip Kitty, I'm sorry to hear that you're having health issues. I am so sorry. I hope things are getting better. Hope you're getting straightened out. It's hard. I hate health issues in the wintertime. I mean, they're not great anytime, but gosh, in the winter it's just worse. Um so you're saying Fox News is not a truth-telling MSM corporation? Well, none of them are. None of them are. Got news for you. Why do you think that so many people are tuning in to YouTube? I probably believe Fox more than some others, but I have seen a lot of things on Fox I disagree with as well. Um, why do you think that a lot of people just refuse to watch anymore? And we're looking at other stuff. Give me a link, give me an article, give me something. Y'all are feisty today. That's all right. I'm back working at the jail, so I can get feisty back. Um, let's see. Uh, here's the thing, Kayla, that I think about all mainstream media. Are they entertainment? Yes. Are they do they want you to look do they produce a lot of red herrings? Yes. Look over here because we don't want you to see what we're doing over there. That's true. It's even true with creators, all right? Uh nobody is exempt, but if and I'll go back to this. It's who pays who. That's the way it's always been. That's the way that will that it will always be as long as people suffer from that one deadly sin called greed. Um, yes, that is the thing. Okay, there you go. You've got it, Sherry Faye. Oh no, hold on just a second, Sherry. COPD. Oh no, oh no, I'm sorry. That's rough, and that's especially rough in the winter too. I'm so sorry, Kip Kitty. Um, bye bye. Hope you feel better. Take care of yourself today. Do something special for you, whatever it does to feel better. All right, I appreciate you being here, Kip Kitty. Um, Sherry Faye. Funny thing, if you go back and look at their net worth at the start and then look 2 years later, they are millionaires on a salary of like 120,000. Congress is almost all corrupt. There you go. You hit it. You hit right on it, Sherry Faye. Um, do go back. Why don't you take a look at all of the people who have, let's just even say, former presidents who have a salary of is it still 400,000 a year? Well, let's just say everything is free and they get to keep that 400,000 and they never have to spend a dime on anything. That's not that much even in 4 years. So how do you end up with millions and millions of dollars? What? You're just going to tell me it's good investments? Um it's true of senators, it's true of everybody. Look at their salary and their net worth and how it changes in a 2 to 4 year period, and then tell me that there's not something funny going on. Um, because there absolutely is. Okay, I'm not an idiot. I make decent money. Okay, I'm not rich, not getting rich. I make decent money. My net worth hasn't grown, like probably not at all. Honestly, I'm probably just maintaining. But I mean, if it had increased at all, it would have been maybe just because my property is worth more than it was 4 years ago. Okay. Definitely not extravagantly. Okay. Uh, Roberta says they do live for free. I imagine they pretty much do. I mean, I do. I imagine that. All right. So let's go back to what I was talking about on North Carolina. Now, this is by Matt Van Swole. If you are not following WNC, he has been out on the he has been out boots on the ground in Western North Carolina. He has been screaming this over and over, and his coverage has been excellent. Um, all of the times that all of the different things. You can follow him on X and go back the last 4 months and see how much he has covered and brought to light. Now, here is what is horrible. Uh, in a shocking admission, the North Carolina State Treasurer's Office has confirmed that out of the $100 million set aside to support local Western North Carolina governments impacted by Hurricane Helene, a grand total of $0 has been given out to date. Now, you set aside the North Carolina Treasury set aside $100 million to support WNC, and $0 has been given out to date. these people have been living in tents since September. Why is it February? Okay, we are going to, and here's a picture of some of the devastation. We're going to look at some of the excuses, okay? It'll come up. Man, and y'all know I've said it so many times. I love North Carolina. I really, really do. I used to live there. I lived there for 6 years. I love North Carolina. It is a wonderful, beautiful state, or at least it was when I was there, okay? Um, Now, this says we're going to go back to North Carolina, but speaking of the Carolinas, this is something. Meanwhile, in South Carolina, now this is on February 23rd, quote, people are very, very violently ill. It's been tested by independent laboratories in Naples, Florida, and it's full of parasites and bacteria. Now, this is talking about the mystery fog, okay? Now, I know, are y'all seeing me? My computer just completely glitched out for just a second. I don't know what's going on. Let me go back to make sure. Let me put this in the comments. Okay. Are we back? Are y'all hearing me and seeing me again now? I'm telling you, something is badly wrong. I don't know, y'all that know that I've had major problems for the last few weeks. Um, if you know, you know. That's all I'm going to say. But I'm not going to stop. Look, I'm not going to stop. Y'all just get over it, I guess. All right. All right. Sorry about that. Ugh. Roberta says we had the fog like that a few weeks ago. It actually set off my Ring camera. It looked creepy. Yeah. Yes. Hey, Buckeye. Um. All right. Let me go back to playing this again. But you see this fog. Now, let me just hold on for just a second. Let me tell you this. Back in early January, when, we had all the drones flying everywhere and then people were taking the pictures and the videos of the weird fog, and I've done videos on it, live streams on it. There was a guy on X who showed that he had collected some of it and he sent it to the lab. I think he sent it to an independent lab. I can't remember where he sent it, but he sent it off. Now, he said, I don't know how long it's going to be, maybe a few days, maybe a week before they can tell me what this is. And when he inquired with the lab, they told him that it never arrived. So it was lost in transit. So then he sent another sample. Now, I have heard multiple people, and you'll see in here, um, talk about or go on X and look at it. You'll find multiple people that have had the fog tested, and they say it's parasites and bacteria. Really. In the winter, when people tend to be sicker anyway. I'm just saying. Uh, okay, good. Y'all see me. Okay. So I'm going to let you look at this again.
Look, guys. See the fog? Those are parasites and bacteria.
Yay.
This is biological warfare. This is Nuremberg.
Okay. I'm going to have to stop because y'all know I can't hold on, let me go back to my stuff. Y'all know I can't talk about a lot of stuff. I'm still in jail. I'm not in complete jail, but I'm in partial YouTube jail. A lot of stuff, like I said, we'll talk about. Not this. We'll talk about it on Rumble. Okay. So let me just, if I'm passing stuff that you think is interesting, just go look at it on my X, but we will discuss it. All right. Now, this is according to let me hold on. Let me go back and ask y'all a question. Have you seen the weird fog in your area? I have not. Now, we've had days that the sky was overcast when it was supposed to be sunny, or it's supposed to be sunny all day, and then you get, I don't know how to say this, it just becomes overcast, strangely. And we had a few days of, when everybody else was having the fog, we had a few days of ridiculous fog, no sunshine, which is odd, okay, unless there's a front moving in, which there was not. But I have not, thank God, seen any of that kind of fog or any residue here. Um, the good thing about Alabama is we're just not important, okay? And that's okay with me. That is definitely okay with me. But have y'all seen, put it in the comments if have you seen this? Aw, Pam, you've been missing me. I've been missing y'all. I have. That's why I got on here this morning, even without an announcement, because I'm tired and snotty, but I've been working hard, trying to get back into some kind of swing of things. Hello, nobody, nothing. Um, uh, yeah, trying to start anew. Yeah. Uh, Anyway, if you have had fog, put it in the comments. And if you have had weird fog over the last, month or whatever, um, sorry, my hair's getting on my nerves. Um, have y'all had an outbreak of sicknesses? It's just, you know, it was interesting to me, even when the fog just started hanging around everywhere, because when you have that kind of damp air, even regular fog, let's just say there's nothing in the fog. Um, you tend to get more respiratory issues and people tend to get sicker if you have thick fog hanging around. It's just the moisture in your lungs. Does that make sense? Now, if you uh, want to add stuff to that, you know. So I'm just wondering if people are having fog, then like everybody's breaking out with the flu or something. Um, Okay, Jane says, "Hello, Jane Darby. Um, I remembered saying to my son, why is this fog for a couple of days? We never have fog. Yeah, I mean, we do here, but it's usually always our fog. It doesn't even matter if it's winter or summer. Our fog is late at night, or very early in the morning before the sun comes up, or as the sun is coming up. And once the sun comes up, you know, it dissipates. So, yeah. Um, Sherry Faye says, yes, right before Christmas, it was here in northern Indiana. It left residue on my vehicle. See, I've seen a lot of videos like that, Sherry Faye, um, with the residue. Okay, because fog, regular fog, I mean, it might if it's very wet, you know how it does kind of when you rain, it kind of makes your car not as shiny, right? It sits there. But fog usually it's just water, right? It's just water. And it dissipates. It dries up when the sun comes out, or it dries up during the day, and it doesn't leave residue. Okay? So fog residue is weird. All right. Now here in the South, we have what do we call it? I can't even remember. It's when everything starts blooming and everybody's car turns green, yellow or green. Okay, that's because of all the pollen. It's pollen hell here in springtime, but that leaves a residue. But nothing else leaves a residue on my car except for just dust and pollen. Um, let's see. Uh, okay, Pam says, yes, in Houston, haven't been ill all winter until the fog. Yeah, that's what a lot of people are saying. Okay, so um, Sherry Faye says it was right before Christmas, and after the residue, people had stomach flu and headaches. Now, I will say this right after the fog here, as it all right, all the things with the particles, I saw some in Texas and some in Mississippi, especially Mississippi. But a lot of times, with the way the jet stream was going, we get the weather. Like if you have a tornado outbreak in Texas, depending on sometimes it goes above us, but usually it comes, this time of year, it comes across to some portions of Alabama. So when I didn't see the fog here, but then it was just to the states next to me. Mississippi had I watched videos of terrible fog problems and all kind of crap in the fogs. And then we had a really bad storm. We had several days of wind blowing Mississippi's air across to us. After that, we all got a horrible stomach virus. It was one that you could catch over and over. Look, it was bad. It was just bad. Everybody at work had it. It was not good. Um, and I was wondering after I saw the Mississippi videos and then watched the wind come across, I thought, I wonder if we're going to get sick. Yeah, we did. So kind of the same thing, stomach flu and headache. Absolutely. Uh, Roberta says, do we have any samples of fog before this phenomenon? I mean, we have regular fog. The only thing that have ever seen that looks like a lot of these particles in the fog is snow. Snow or ice as it's coming down. It has substance, kind of, sort of, but at least you can see it. Fog just looks like fog. If you get it real close to you, if you wave your hands around in heavy fog, they're going to be damp, misty. I've never seen anything that would catch particles. Now, sometimes you can catch rain, that kind of looks like that fog on a video camera. It will be a little, because it's so concentrated, the cameras, you can see a little bit more, but it's not quite the same. Um, Nancy Drew, good morning. Maybe this is what's wrong with Delphi because we have got all the time. Yeah. I have heard a lot of reports of people in the last month saying Indiana had a lot of fog problems. Um, Buckeye says, I have a weird chest congestion I can't seem to shake. Not cold, flu, or allergies that I can determine. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. A lot of us had that, and you kind of chalk it up to the flu, but then it doesn't have all the flu symptoms, and you're like, well, I guess it wasn't the flu. I just wonder, like, it's bad enough if they found parasites and bacteria. I mean, is there bacteria in regular fog? I guess there could be. I mean, depends on what's in the air to start with. Um, but I don't ever remember in my lifetime, and it's been a long lifetime so far. I mean, I don't ever remember having fog and particles and stuff that looked like this and then people getting sick. This is a new thing. So what the heck? Um, let's see. Um, Nancy Drew says all the bugs have been bad in Indiana. Hmm. Now we haven't had a lot of bugs here, but we generally don't in the wintertime. But we make up for it in the summer, I assure you. Um, Buckeye, have you talked about the DC plane crash on any of your videos? As we go through these things, there are some things, a few things. I am Buckeye, I'm on probation, so I have to be very, very careful. That's why, I'm I know nobody's gonna see a live on Rumble. Okay, I know that. But when I do a live on Rumble, there's a lot of stuff I'm gonna talk about. And I'll just probably put it on my community page, a link here so you can see. That is a little bit of stuff I'm gonna cover. Um, and let's see. I don't want to miss anything important that y'all are saying. Let me make this bigger so I can see it. Um, what? Oh wait, new fear unlocked. Sherry Faye, what are you talking about? It's another thing. Has anyone before this year saw snow tornadoes? I haven't even seen a snow tornado, and oh my god, I cannot imagine. Where did that happen at? Um. Hello, Emerald Wonderland. Just drop me off at Mount Shasta. I want clean air. Yeah, right? I hope it's clean up there. I wonder if we even know what clean air is anymore. Nancy Drew says, but these flu bugs keep coming back because my elderly parents are repeatedly sick. Yeah. Which, I mean, in the wintertime, people tend to pass stuff around. But usually, once you have a sickness, you have that particular strain of whatever it is. Once you get over it, you usually have immunity to it, or unless it's stronger, it has mutated, which viruses do. But I don't know. Okay, they're calling it the snow spins like a tornado instead of blowing. Really? How does that happen? And to answer your question, I've never heard of a snow tornado. Um, yeah, definitely, definitely. Hey, Dark Arts, how are ya? Hey, would you email me? I would love to set up a time for us to do a live stream together. We can talk about whatever you want to talk about. I have not talked Delphi since the documents yesterday. It really just makes me ill. But yeah, my email is silkyandSouthern at Gmail. I would love to have you on again because we had a nice little chat the other night. Um, let's see. Thank you, Dark Arts. Yes. Uh, oh, Sherry Face says they called it that on the news, a snow tornado. Well, what do you know? It's not like we don't have enough problems. In the South with regular tornadoes. I don't want not one made of snow. First of all, I hate cold weather. It makes me sad and depressed, and honestly a little bit angry. Um, okay, so this is according to allegedly. I understand what I'm saying. This is allegedly. According to the Shadow of Ezra, RFK Jr. revealed that USAID or USAID, some people call it, was actually a CIA front secretly funneling 5 billion in 2014 to ignite riots in the Ukraine. Hmm. And we won't go into a lot of detail about that, but here, but you can see um and if you want to hear what he's saying, yeah, just go to my X and click on the link, but this is with Tucker Carlson. Interesting. Let me scoot by that. Okay, this is again allegedly, according to Wall Street apes, Elon Musk confirmed that taxpayer money was going to develop things, going to a fund to develop things that were very unpleasant for us. Okay, and according to Elon, I guess. This confirms why Joe Biden chose the year 2014 for the Anthony Fauci pardon. That's when Barack Obama and Fauci were involved in the Ukraine in 2014, according to Elon and apparently Tucker. So take with that what you will. All right. But I did. Okay, here's the thing. Who pardons somebody for a crime you haven't been charged with? That is insanity. Like, you can't even do that. You have to commit a crime to have a pardon. So, what kind of messed up crap? But is interesting that it goes back to 2014. So, yeah, it makes you look. What happened in 2014? I don't know. Allegedly. Um, I don't know if you've probably heard this all over the mainstream news. If you have ever followed the Ellen Greenberg case, after 14 years, and I have to skip on past that, or keep it up here. Uh, her death was ruled. Okay, they settled. Here's the thing. All right, I have to the words you have to use. All right, Ellen was, what is the word? Hit with a very sharp object, much like you would cut vegetables with, um, in the back portion of her head, neck area. Okay, a lot of times they ruled it. If you haven't ever heard of Ellen Greenberg, they ruled it a self-induced unaliving. Y'all, I haven't gone deep into this case but I have followed it through the years. And when I first heard about it, I'm like, what a crock of crap. You know, first of all, women don't do it that way. And secondly, y- no, no. So the family has been fighting um, with the state for 14 years. So with a medical examiner, okay. Um, so finally, they've reached a settlement, and they are going to say it was not self-induced. All right, which is a big. Let me just tell you that is a very big win for the Greenbergs. Um, let me just tell you this right here. Look at Liz Crokin. If you have never read anything by her, I cannot believe I've followed her for a long time, and I can't talk about anything that she's talking about here, but I cannot believe that this woman is still breathing, okay? She has exposed so much stuff. She's reported on so much stuff over the years that is heartbreaking. She has her own story, and I thought, like, years ago, like, back in 2016, 2017, I thought, "I do not know." Like, I expect to hear that she is not with us anymore, and yet here she is. Thank you, God. Um, I would just encourage you, if you have time, to look up Liz Crokin. Very, very interesting info she has. Um, okay. Now, this is interesting. Let me go back to where I can see you for a second. Um, I love talking with you too, Adrian. Um, what? Pam French. Okay, before we get into this other one, oh my gosh. I wish I wasn't so snotty and swollen. Y'all just look away. Look away. Um, did you hear about the huge chunk of ice that fell into a Florida home? The FAA was called it. No. No, that is actually a if you have a link, Pam, would you either email that to me or yeah. Yeah, you email stuff to me. Okay. Yeah, would you send me that? That is very interesting. Um Buckeye says these snow tornadoes were in the southern storm too. You know, when it snowed here, it never snows. Um I'm not gonna say it never snows in northern Alabama. We get it every few years, and then like once in a many years, we'll get a really big snow. I think the last one was, gosh, where was I living? I was snowed in, literally snowed in for a week because I was very, very rural at that point. It's like I can't get out of my driveway, and my road is like a really backcountry road. It was a full week before I could get out, but I was, prepared, so no big deal. But that was in where was I working? That was probably about in 2014, maybe in January, somewhere around in there, 2014. That's the last big, big snow. And most years we don't get snow or we get just a dusting. We got a decent amount a few weeks ago. I'm done with snow. Um, but in lower Alabama, that's where this last one that came through that hit the Gulf and, you know, the lower part of Alabama that was like, in New Orleans and all that kind of stuff. It's like, what the heck? Is that where the snow nados came in? I can't imagine. Um, yeah, cold makes me hurt even more. Me too. Me too. Um, yes, Roberta, they are known for being shady. Um, let me keep going. Yes, back to Ellen Greenberg. That's what I think too. I'll be Emerald. I believe definitely wasn't her. So, man, that's a messed up case. And like I said, 14 years. I'm glad they're getting some kind of movement in that. Um, all right. Now let me see. Yeah, dark arts. My power did stay on. So I was good. I was good. I knew it was coming. I loaded up, had plenty of food, made a lot of chili and whatnot, and we were fine. Um, except for just After, you love being with the family all together in the house. It's fun. You play games and stuff. But after a couple of days, you're like, I'm tired of looking at all y'all. We made it through though. You kind of go stir crazy. Um, Watched a lot of Netflix back in those days. All right, so I'm gonna go over to this something that I had not heard before. Allegedly, this has been reported multiple times. And talking about the Ukraine, what if 58% of the U.S. taxpayer dollars sent to Zelensky never even reached the Ukraine? Where did it go? Well, that is a good question. Where did it go? Did someone skim a cut? Did Ukrainian officials and generals pocket their share? Did the big guy get his usual slice? Okay, because this is what, according to them, again, this is allegedly, uh, he says, okay, if Zelensky's claim is true that he only received 75 billion, I mean, that's a lot of money. 75 billion, more than I'd ever need. Of the 177 billion Washington sent, what happens next? Do we shrug and move on, or do we finally demand answers and accountability? Yeah, that's my question. All right, I am not okay. I'll just tell you this. I am not okay with sending $177 billion to another country when we had the stuff in Western North Carolina and, all of the disasters we've had. And we have people struggling in our country, right? A lot of people struggling. Um, we sent 177 billion of our tax dollars. Look, I've gotten so mad about where my tax dollars go ever since I started paying taxes and finding out. It's like, I'm not okay with this. Why are you taking my money and giving it somewhere that I don't approve that. This is a big problem. Um I mean, you're not going to like everything, but again, 177 billion of our money that we have no say so in. Like, we can't decide, oh, well, I've got plenty of money, so I think I'll give the government 20% of my income. And then other people are like, no, I'm not barely getting by. You're only getting 5%. Like, we can't decide how much we send in. They take it out. And if we don't pay it, we go to jail. So you are taking my money and just doing whatever you want with it. I've never been okay with that. Does my state, not just my state, but do we need new roads? Do I need to contribute to that? Of course. I'm okay with that. You're going to build roads. You're going to do it, using a budget that's, acceptable. Yeah, I know. We like to have things work. That's okay. Um, but anyway, yeah, so Zelensky, is he telling the truth? That 58% of what we sent never got there? Then the second big question is, where did it go? If we said we wrote a check or we did a cash app, okay? If I cash app a friend of mine $20 and they only get $8, and then they say, hey, I needed 20, and you're like, I sent 20, and then they're like, yeah, I gotta, you only sent 8, like, but I'm saying I sent 20 according, that's how much Cash App charged me. And they're like, no, I only got $8. You'd be like, well, where did the money go? Well, that's what we're asking. Where did the money go? It is a problem. So anyway, that's something I'll talk about elsewhere. There's another one of this report of Zelensky. Probably talk about that somewhere else. Um, Speaking of Indiana, though, We'll look at it. Let me look at what y'all are saying. Um, uh, somebody was saying something about ice on planes. I know when a plane gets too much ice on it. Hey, good morning, Samantha Springman. Good to see you. I know they have to de-ice it. Definitely can't. Uh, let's see. Yes, Adrian. Places like the Pentagon are above auditing. Well, I don't think they are anymore. Thank you. You know, you can love him or hate him. Do I agree with everything that Elon Musk has ever said? No. No. I mean, some things I don't even know. Like I can't agree or disagree cuz I really don't know anything about it. Some things have been made me go, "Huh? Well, I don't know about all that." But But thank you very much, Elon, for looking into these government waste programs. Okay. Again, I'm not happy with my tax dollars. Um, but it is almost living like in a dictatorship, isn't it? When you take my money and you decide how much you're going to take, I have no say so in how much you take or where you spend it. It's almost like, somebody holding you up. Like, I don't, is that freedom? I don't think so. I don't think so. Um, that's my opinion. Probably get in trouble for that too. Um, but that's just my opinion. I've always had a problem. Military contractors were known for embezzling and outright stealing millions in Afghanistan. Yes, and military contractors are notorious for overcharging for simple things that you could get at, Walmart and charging 1,000% more. Okay, it's insanity. Um, and look, here's the thing: I'm all for helping people. I'm all for, you know, making good roads, bridges. There's a lot of stuff that we need as a country, and yes, we need to pay for that. We need to keep it up. But all this other stuff, this craziness, the the embezzling, the stealing, the overcharging, yeah, and not being audited. That is a huge problem to me. But now it would seem that people are looking into that. And if that doesn't make you sick at your stomach when you read some of the things that the government's been spending on, like, look, I feel it like trying to come up in my mouth. Really? I've been paying for this? I'm not okay with it. Hey, woman. Good to see ya. Um, yeah, y'all know when you've been watching me, I have been furious over this. They already decided we will have to rebuild Ukraine after the war. Um, we have no money to rebuild North Carolina. Yeah, y'all know I have been more than furious over this for months. Um, let's see. Hey, low light, how you doing? Hope you're good. We need to get together and do another. We need to find a fun subject. We need to do another live. Just let me know when you're available. Um, their beast system and crypto is coming. Nobody, nothing says their beast system and crypto is coming soon. Get your XRP and hold it. I will tell you this: I do have XRP. I don't have nearly what I need, but little bits at a time. That is not financial advice. Okay, that's just me saying I do invest in XRP. Um, little bits. If it goes up real high, I might be able to do something with it, but, um, let's see. What part of North Carolina did I used to live in? I used to, Emerald, I used to live in Charlotte. I loved it. It was a long time ago, and I loved every minute of it. I didn't mean to leave, okay? It was a weird, weird, weird story. I grew up for the most part, not all. I, h- Part of my childhood, I grew up in Alabama, and the rest, I grew up in Virginia. I moved to North Carolina, was there for about 6 years, loved every second of it. Okay. Never intended to move from North Carolina. And, hey, Sachi. And, I came here, came back to Alabama with family to visit some friends that we had for years and years. And, basically got hijacked. Okay. I walked in to a storm, and, basically to protect and give some support to the friends that we came to visit who all of a sudden had a major problem on their hands. We just packed up, and I was like, hey, not going to let you do this alone. So I moved here and yeah, never left, unfortunately. I don't know. I love Alabama. I do. Um, uh, okay. Low Light says you got an interview. Yeah, you got call me Low Light and let me know what's going on. I'm off for the next couple of days, so I can think. Hopefully, y'all can't see her, but Sachi is literally right in front of my screen, and I can't see. Come on, baby, come on. All right, say hello. Say hello. Hi, Sachi. All right, we done? We done with your cameo? All right. Um, let's see. I gotta GoFundMe for my eggs. Hey, ain't that the truth? Ain't that? I was literally just looking at Rural King, um, thinking, it's the season that they bring in the baby chicks and baby ducks, and I'm like, okay, how much is it gonna cost me to build a pen for them? Um, because eggs, we go through a lot of eggs. It's like I can't afford that. All right. So if anybody has some good, easy um, coop building advice for me, please send it on. Okay. According to Bob Siegel, sorry. Indiana Attorney General Todd Rokita is facing more legal trouble. Now, this is on January 31st, with 3 new disciplinary charges from the Indiana Supreme Court Disciplinary Commission. 3 more? 3 new. Wow. I'd be really upset if I had one. Rokita is accused of making false statements to the Supreme Court and engaging in dishonest behavior. So, yeah, you can follow that link. I'm not going to go down that whole path right now. I mean, come on. You can't trust your attorney general. Oh, jeez. Indiana, don't you ever stop. I mean, like, I'm not saying we don't have our problems and our corruption. We certainly do. But really, you're like the poster child, Indiana, of corruption when it comes to the judicial system. Okay. We might have you beat in some other areas, but judicially, y'all just a hot mess. Um, I don't even know what to say about that. Um, okay. Now this was talking about somebody was asking about the crash. This was definitely a few days ago. The NTSB says that they were not going to release the flight manifest, and it's not subject to FOIA. I don't know. So I'm curious. I haven't heard any more about it. Um, it made me curious as to why they weren't going to release the flight manifest. And if y'all don't understand, maybe don't understand the terminology, the manifest is who all was on the plane. Every person that was on the plane. I don't understand. Is it just because they are um notifying kin? Well, you've had plenty of time now. Uh but according this is MJ Truth Ultra. The NTSB will not and has not released a manifest. We have not in our history, in our past. It will not be in this accident. Okay, so they say, um, yeah, I, I don't know. Have they ever? Do y'all know? Have they ever? I mean, I know when a jet falls out of the sky or crashes or whatever, normally they have a manifest. They, and they release the manifest. Um, I probably can't say this, but hey, just take a look. Just, I'm just saying. We'll see. We'll see. All right. Now, if you think you have financial troubles, and again, $100 million allotted for rebuilding Western North Carolina, they have gotten $0. This is like it's not funny for the people that live there, but it's ridiculous. In a shocking, and this is by who? Matt Van Swol, again, the guy who there are several, okay, but as far as Twitter goes and a lot of stuff that I see keeping us up to date, Matt Van Swol is the Van Swol, I don't know. Sorry, Matt. I probably really messing up your name. Matt, the guy that keeps us informed. He says, in a shocking statement by Representative David Willis, dozens of Hurricane Helene victims in Western North Carolina who were sent checks by FEMA, and understand it's dozens, not hundreds or thousands, because FEMA was rejecting everybody. Okay. They were turning down. So, of the dozens that actually got checks by FEMA, say those checks have been bouncing for months. What the heck, FEMA? I don't even know. Why do you send out checks that you know are bad? Several families in WMNC have tried to cash their FEMA checks, but the checks never cleared. Okay, we're not going to help. We're going to reject everybody that asks for aid. And the few who are persistent and that just keep applying over and over, we're going to send you a check, but psych, it's not worth anything. It is worthless, okay? That's yeah, that's rich. That is rich, which is why hold on. It's hard to hold a cat and scroll. Um well, I was going to say that's the next thing that there's another article in here about Trump, but yeah, that's exactly why Trump was sending aid, like, and saying that FEMA should be investigated. Look, I love you, baby, but like, okay. Um, all right. Let me back up just a second. Yeah. So there you go. You know, I don't know about y'all, but here in my state, if you write a bad check and you don't immediately make it good, they send out a warrant. Okay? They just send out a warrant and you go to jail. You either pay that check or you go to jail. So I want to know how is it in North Carolina? FEMA just be out here writing checks? They're bouncing all over the place. That okay? How come FEMA can do it and I can't do it? I'm just saying. Uh, it's insanity. Yeah, she is such a good kitty. Um, oh, email. Sorry, low light. I'm just seeing this. This is probably a good bit ago. You're all right. I'll email you. Um, I know it's hard. Look, when somebody is hacking you, it's like somebody said to me the other day. Well, you might want to be careful because if this person has your number and this person has your number, you could be hacked and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'd be more concerned about these people if the Illuminati didn't have my phone number. I think that's the bigger threat here. Okay. Y'all, that was like 2 years ago. And I'm sure my phone number hasn't changed. I'm like, you know what? I got bigger problems than some of these creators and some of these other people, these low lifes that want to cause me problems. Because, yeah, the Illuminati. Who am I going to hide from now? They've had it. So there you go. Like, I don't even know. I started this channel to tell little vintage crime tales. And here I am with all kind of, being swatted and um the Illuminati watching me and all these other people threatening me. It's like, really, I never saw this coming, but whatever. Uh okay. Um let's see. Buckeye says, uh something odd happened on that helicopter. I agree. I agree. Even there's a tweet by President Trump that I'll probably show you where he is basically laying it out, saying the same thing, but this is very sus. Um, let's see. Uh, Hello there, Nina Kring. Oh, I like your little picture, your little kitty. Come here. My own little kitties just yeah. Yeah, you want to host? You want to host this show? You just go ahead. They'll probably like you better than me. FEMA needs to go. They are in charge when martial law is instituted. Yeah, that is scary. There's so many reasons FEMA needs to go. Mainly because they're useless. Oh, hello, Carol. Oh, you played hooky. Aw. It's good to see you, Carol. I was just thinking about you this week. Um, I didn't realize you were here. I was just talking about being hacked. You probably heard that. Um, but yeah, that started quite a bit ago, didn't it, Carol? Um, anyway, uh, yes, FEMA needs to go. I agree 100%. If you're going to be useless, let's not pay you. Do we need an agency for federal aid and emergencies? Absolutely. But I thought that was the National Guard. Maybe not. Maybe they don't do all that. Do we need somebody? Yeah, sure we do. We need somebody who'll show up like immediately and offer aid, do something, not give me a rubber check. I mean, come on. Come on. Um, yeah, Emerald says, I mean, can you believe that? I mean, like, what kind of tomfoolery is that? I have other words that I use, but I can't say them on here. If it's over $2,000, it's a felony in North Carolina. Well, I'll say this: I doubt very seriously that they ever gave anybody $2,000 because what I was seeing was like 750. They'd give you 2,500 for property that you still owed money on. But yeah, insanity. I don't think it was probably that much. Maybe that's how they're gonna skirt under it. Well, it's not over 2,000. It's not a felony. Oops. Whatever. Whatever. Um, you appreciate how much I let my cat walk around. Yeah, she rules. She rules the. She makes the rules. At least she thinks she does. Yeah, she probably does. Hello, Amanda. Um, let's see. Um, all right. Hello, Hiawatha. Yeah, well, you can start from the beginning or look, we're in the middle of all kind of stuff that just talking about stuff that you're not seeing on mainstream media. Um, oh, thank you, Rebecca, and welcome. She's a cutie. Yeah, she's my baby. She's my little baby. All right, let's go back to some more stuff. Yeah, I'm really excited that they're getting some water, a lot more water in California. Um it says that it was President Trump's orders that are entirely responsible for the massive new water flow into California cities. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers abruptly increased the amount of water flowing from two California dams. Wow. Well, it took the president to do that? What about you, Gavin? You couldn't get anything done? Gavin Newsom? Whatever. Oh, that kind of hinders your plans, though, doesn't it? Um, okay, local water managers who were caught off guard by the decision said they convinced Army Corps officials to release less water than originally planned. What? Why? In other words, the leaders in California deliberately screwed the people over. Well, there you go. There's a shocker for you, right? Oh my. Can't believe that would happen in the US of A. Like sometimes I just can't. I can't help with the sarcasm, all right? The ridiculousness is way, way above my head. Now, let me tell you this talking about the helicopter crash, this is allegedly, this is not a problem. Like, I'm just reporting. I am just reporting. And here I started saying this the day of the helicopter and plane crash. I started saying all these things on X as I was trying to, find more links to video or whatever. People who saw it, witnessed it. And I kept seeing this come up over and over. So this is Mr. Nobody. Again, reposted by many, many people. CNN allegedly this is allegedly, wrote an article about the Washington helicopter and plane crash 6 hours before it even happened. So, you can see again, a lot of people snapped. There's different snaps of this, different screenshots. But as you go down here, FAA issues ground stop at Reagan National Airport after plane crashes in Potomac River. Wow. And it says, now this doesn't say anything about the helicopter. Interesting. Was that like something gone wrong? Okay, was the helicopter not supposed to be there? Was the plane going to crash anyway? I don't know. Because look, it says this is the New York Times and it's got those timestamps on there. Live update, small plane crashes near Washington D.C. hours before it actually happened. A small plane crashed into the Potomac River near Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport on Wednesday night. Washington's Fire and Emergency Department said all takeoffs and landings were halted at the airport as emergency personnel responded to an aircraft incident on the airfield. Now they were taken off. Were they taken off or landing? I can't remember now because the other plane had just taken off. That's what it was. They were landing. The plane that happened the next day was taken off. Yeah, an aircraft incident on the airfield. Well, it wasn't on the airfield. I mean, it was in the air and in the river. That's odd. Never mentions a Black Hawk. Huh. See, and here you go. But you see, here is the thing. You look at these time stamps 6 hours for CNN, 5 hours for New York Times. Very interesting. I'm just saying. Because see, these, if you look at these other ones on the, um, Look at the time when this was searched. Okay, this is UPI News 14 minutes ago. Orlando Sentinel 10 minutes ago. Business Insider on MSM.com 21 minutes ago. CNN 6 hours ago. Whoa! New York Times 5 hours ago. It's the psychic. Oh, they could feel it. They could, but you got like, look, your spidey senses were a little bit off because you didn't say anything about the Black Hawk. Just saying. Where did the Black Hawk go? Did you not see that? I don't know. Need to hone those skills a little bit better. Yeah, because they're saying small plane crashes, uh, and this is just plane crashes. I wouldn't call it a small plane, but I mean it's not wasn't huge. Um, well, I guess it kind of was. I guess when I think of small planes, I think of really small planes. Um, anyway, yeah, I thought that was interesting. Let me go back to your comments where I can see them. What do y'all think about that? Because I think that's very odd. Um, oh my gosh, Samantha, I'm sorry for your problems as well. Everybody, a lot of people having some health problems, y'all. I am so sorry. Um, yeah, hey, low light, I look, I hear what you're saying about the BBC. I've seen that report. I may have reposted that report. Um, I will talk about that, but not here. It is just so you know, it's banned on this platform. Can't talk about that at all. Um, well, you can, but your channel won't be up long. Let's see. Carol Stanhope says, no doubt the shenanigans and functional illiteracy displayed by these oligarchs makes one wonder how they find their way home at night. Yes, yes. Um, wow. Uh, but yeah, what do y'all think about that? I've seen this reposted so many times by different people and similar screenshots, but not necessarily the same. So, was something like, is that just a glitch? Whatever that 5, 6 hours seems awfully strange to me. Did you have it queued up because or does it work like, remember? Oh, I know what it is. Oh my gosh. Remember that Twilight Zone, like the old Twilight Zone? Remember that it was like a two-part, it was like a very long episode of this guy that comes in and he starts typing headlines like this failing newspaper office, and so he just goes and he writes a story and then it happens and they have the breaking news. Remember? What was it called? Anyway, there is a story like that. Turns out the newspaper guy was Satan in disguise. So that was the story. That was the plot. So is that, I mean, I'm not trying to call some of these places Satan. I'm just saying. Do you have a uh do you have one of those magic typewriters or keyboards that when you write something it happens? Is that how you know? Is that how you report the news? I'm just saying because that would make sense as to why it was 5 or 6 hours earlier. I mean, maybe not. I'm just me. Um let's see. Nina says, not a glitch. Most events are planned ahead of time, but we can't say that. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Low light, you don't have to remove the comment. Uh, no. You didn't have to. What y'all say in the chat is what y'all say. Look. Oh no. Oh no. Get off of the. She completely shut down my. She walked right across the main computer keyboard, which is away from me. Shut me down. I couldn't see anything. No, you don't. What y'all say in the chat, you can say in the chat. Okay. I can't say it. You're fine. Um, Were there multiple planes that went down? There was the plane in at Reagan, and then there was a plane that went down in the very next day. It was only one, and it went down at what is the name of that airport? Interestingly enough, somebody pointed this out on X that there were actually three incidents. All of them were at an airport that bore the name of a president. This one was at Reagan. What was the name of the other one, y'all? I know y'all smart people in chat know. Um yes. Really? Hey, wait a second. Oh wow. We had a plane catch on fire at Bush International. When was that, Pam? Cuz I didn't hear about that at all. Um Yeah. There was something that happened actually. Wasn't there something that happened, y'all, the day before the DC one? And it might have been a minor event, but I remember something about a plane somewhere. Um what is the deal with them all being presidential names though? It's like, what are you trying to say here? How weird. Um okay. I won't want to find where um okay. This is Matt Wallace. You can see, and this is something that President Trump, you've seen this video now 1,000 times. Uh, and we all sit here wondering, seeing the Black Hawk, why didn't it divert? Why didn't it divert? Like it just goes right into it. Okay. And I will find that. Oh, here's just a side note, y'all. I had to repost this about Delphi. Beware of Doug. Honestly, honestly want to make that like my phone background. All right, back on to DC. President Trump just gave a seemingly alarming update on the plane crash in DC, and this is again on January 29th because I've been working. Um, but he does bring up some good things, and this is, the statement. The airplane was on a perfect and routine line of approach to the airport. The helicopter was going straight at the airplane for an extended period of time. It is a clear night. The lights on the plane were blazing. Why didn't the helicopter go up or down or turn? Why didn't the control tower tell the helicopter what to do instead of asking if they saw the plane? This is a bad situation that looks like it should have been prevented. Not good. No, not good. Yeah, I think that's why a lot of us looking at the video, and I've heard, explanations by Black Hawk personnel saying that you don't have that good of visibility because of this and that, and the people. It takes so many people to run it, and you've got these windows, and okay, if all that is true, y'all need to redesign the whole freaking thing because if you are in I don't know. Is it $1 billion? How many multi-millions at least of money to make to create a Black Hawk and y'all can't see out the dang thing? Are you freaking kidding me? That makes no sense. That makes absolutely no sense. You're in the air for God's sake. You're telling me you can't see every inch of okay, and let me say this. My car, not expensive. I mean, I bought it brand new in 2020. It's not a high dollar car. It's exactly what I need, but my car has this amazing thing that keeps me from having accidents because I'm short and I don't see well on all sides. Even in my cheap little car, okay? I have a camera on top, I can see everything. Like I just have to hit the camera button. It automatically does it for me when I'm backing up. It like I don't even have to think about it. It floods on my screen, the back, the sides. I can see myself backing up and it sees things before I do. Like even little tiny things. Sometimes my car is so sensitive that if it spots a pine cone behind my car, it thinks it's something like don't run over it. Like there's something behind your car. And so I'm like, why is this alarm going off? And I get out of my car and I'm like, pine cone. Okay. I'm appreciative because I don't want to run over anything or anybody. It shows me on the sides, even when the camera's not turned on, it alerts me and says, hey, this car, like, don't even think about getting into the right hand lane right now because there's a car coming up on the side. Like, it flashes and beeps at me. Just a warning, hey, stay in your lane. Don't turn now. It literally has saved me from countless wrecks. That's why now, like, I can't do without this system. It's just a series of cameras, okay? It's not rocket science. It's not a Black Hawk. But even my little car will tell me, I mean, we're not talking about within 3 feet, out in the distance. It sees stuff further away. You're telling me that people in a Black Hawk can't see? They don't know when something's coming? They don't know. Okay, I don't buy that. I don't buy that because if that is true, that is the biggest waste of government money and personnel that I've ever seen. So I don't believe it. But what happened? I'm not saying, what I'm saying is, yes, the Black Hawk should have known, should have been able to move. Why weren't they able to move? All right. I mean, sometimes you have to use your common sense. Um, I mean, what do y'all think? Y'all think they were just sitting there? Wait a second. We're talking. I'm gonna have to go back over this when I'm done. Um, to see some of the stuff that you're saying and look into it. Is Kitty wanting dinner? No, Kitty has been fed. Kitty just wants attention. She wants to be the star. She always does. She always wants to be on camera. All right. So, I've been going for a little while. All right. Okay. This is when it first happened. This is very interesting. I probably can't say anything about that, but I would for y'all people who like to research, and I would look into this. This is extremely, extremely disturbing. Okay. Um. I can't talk about that. Oh yeah, at sea low light. I've got that. I've got that whole thing we were talking about. Man, there's so many things I want to talk about, and I will go on Rumble and talk about it soon. I will let you know. I've had so much ugh inside that I want to say. All right, I think. Oh, one more note, okay? And this is one of those things. Just, I'm sure you've heard, but if you haven't, two of the J6ers who were released were unalived within just a couple of days. You can look at that strange set of events. There's one. Um, and here's another. This guy. This guy had a rough time. And then okay, okay, but let me say the cherry on top is when this guy was unalived at a traffic stop. Guess what state it was in? Yep, Indiana. Indiana. I mean, you can't even make this stuff up. Um, Let's see. Oh, let me do tell you, let me put this up here real quick. Again, if you follow All Eyes on, and All Eyes was in chat the other night, um, look at this. Okay, we're talking about Brad Weber, right? The Delphi case. The files there. You wanna see that? Um, I think we already did this one with woman talking about Ron Logan, which y'all have said like, yeah, no way, Abby, and this is again, well, uh, this is and will always be the most substantial issue in the case against Richard Allen, but also Ron Logan too. Although, in my opinion, he is involved. I think, woman, I think he is too. As far as knowing, at the very least, he knew what happened. Okay, on his property. Someone would have seen the bodies. Absolutely, the drone. I did a whole video on that like 2.5 years ago. Absolutely, 100%, the drone would have picked up their signature. Okay? Heat signature. A few hours later, yeah, absolutely, they weren't there. Um, no way Abby and Libby were out there for 22 hours and no one saw them. Absolutely not. Man, there's so many good things. Um, let's talk about this because it's not the same thing as Delphi. Okay, we're almost done. I know y'all probably have stuff to do. Um, but look, it's the name. It's the name that gets me. Now this is called The Secret Government. Says it was written by a naval intelligence officer. He wrote this in 1991. Well, maybe I can't. Hold on. Maybe I can't do this. All right. You can read this, but what I found also interesting, they're talking about firearms and how you would get people to not be so fond of them, okay? But he's talking about using substances and hypnosis on mental patients in a process called Orion. Okay. I thought it was interesting when I saw that word. Orion is not that popular of a word. I mean, I've heard it around before for different, things. It's just not like that catchy. But I thought it's interesting that that is also the law enforcement, right? Let's talk about the system that Ellie uses to get information, put information in, regarding criminals. That system in Delphi, remember Kathy Shank? Also Orion. Just saying. Very odd that the CIA likes to use that term as well. Sure, there's nothing related there, but you know, just a point of interest. Let's see, because right here. All right, and this is catastrophe. I loved this one on the Delphi case. Um, um, talking about the FBI, one of those letter agencies again. But yeah, there you go. It shows you right here. It's just strange that I had reposted both of them next to each other. Um, there's one more thing. Oh, yes, yes. This was important. This is also by woman. Um, I know I had seen this before, and thank you so much for um for this. Did we look at this before? If we didn't, even if we did, let's look at it again. How many times have I said it? How many times have I said, "Bridge guy, I think it was a trail cam. I think it was a trail cam." Couldn't prove it. Yes. So woman says it's your boy BG, again, of Dirty Delphi, everyone's saying the video is not fake, needs to go back to 2017 when police were asking for information regarding a man captured on a trail cam. I will tell you who it isn't, Richard Allen, because he is not guilty. But yeah, if you can you even see all of this on there? You might not can. Anyway, go look at it on X. It is from a live uh, this press. Indiana police are asking for the public's help identifying a man captured by a trail camera near the site where the bodies of 13-year-old Libby German and Abigail Williams were found earlier this week. Hello. Hello. Yes, I appreciate that so much, woman. Um, yeah, absolutely. Have I said it a million times? Yes. All right. God, I need fluffed. Look, it's been a rough morning, okay? So you get what you get. Um let's see. What? We're talking about the helicopter. Bezos squeezed Lauren Sanchez flies his helicopter. So apparently what? Flies his helicopter. So apparently they'll let anyone get certified. That is alarming. Um let's see. Oh, yeah, talking about okay, here's the thing. I see what y'all are saying in the chat about the pilot. I just watched a video on that days ago in which the person who posted the video got a big, big slam from the platform. So I cannot say it. Very interesting chat though. If y'all are on the replay and I would say put the chat on. At least go through the chat and see what they're saying because they are very smart. I have the best crowd in the whole world. I promise. I always say that to people. I have a great chat. Y'all are so smart. Um, yes. Like, look, I don't know. I apparently that particular accident is a very hot topic for YouTube. So I'm not sure what I can and can't say. Hey, Grizz, how are ya? Good to see ya. Haven't seen you in forever. I hope you're doing well. All right. Hello, Shay. Hello, hello. I love this statement. That's why we, the people, need to stay awake this time. This happened because we got lazy. It is written in the Constitution that it is the responsibility of the people to oversee the government. Yeah, did you know that? There's a lot of things in the Constitution that really people don't talk about. I mean, I know. Maybe it's not your favorite reading, but it is very good, okay? It's very good to know what it says. Thank you for bringing that up, Shay. Hello, artist. Good to see you. The guy on the trail cam was Patrick Clausen. Who is Patrick Clausen? Okay. And here's the thing. Let me just say this. I think Bridge Guy is the perpetrator? Not necessarily. I don't know who Bridge Guy is. A guy. A guy that was out there. And they can't tell us, even with all their finagling and their, they had to enhance the video so much. Like, they can't tell us who Bridge Guy is. And here's the thing the girls weren't out there when the search was going on. We're not even sure about a lot of things about the girls. There's a guy on a trail cam. Is he guilty? Is Bridge Guy even the perpetrator? Not necessarily, in my opinion. Is it possible? Yeah. Is it a certainty? Absolutely not. They told us it was, but it's really not, is it? When you look at all the other things, it literally could have been anybody. That Bridge Guy could just be an innocent guy. I don't think it's Richard Allen. I never have, but even no matter who it is, literally could have just been walking on the bridge. And no wonder, let's just say you're a Bridge Guy and you're walking on the bridge, and then this crime happens, and then they're putting this picture up. We need to know who this is. Here's our person of interest. If I recognize myself in that video, and it was a trail cam or it was whatever, and would I say, "Oh, that's me"? Nope. Nope, I would not, because I'd be afraid of the same thing that happened to Richard Allen. I mean, what if you're just out there enjoying the weather? A crime is committed somewhere at some time in the vicinity of a few days. What time? We don't know. Where? We don't really know. But there's a crime committed, and all of a sudden you were just out there, and an unrelated crime is committed. That's possible as well. This is why people don't talk. It's like, oh my God. Um, uh, yes. Where'd I? Yes, exactly. That's what I was saying. That is what I was saying. All of those presidents and airplane, like, you have to wonder, is this coincidence or is it something else? I don't know. Hello, who's your daddy? Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy? I like it. Um, let's see. All right. I think I'm going to end this, and if I will either go live or do a video on Rumble about all of the things that you can see that I passed that I cannot talk about, but there are major developments and major things that you need to know. Um, to me, they're quite horrifying, not surprising. Okay, not one thing that I have put on my ex that I'm going to talk about is surprising to me that I can't talk about here. Not one thing. However, I want to make sure that everybody knows what's going on. All right. I hope you have a great rest of the day. I've got to go order some groceries, fix supper, do something. I don't know when I'm going to be on again. Who knows? I might pop up live one evening in the next day or two. I don't know. I wish I had a schedule. I know y'all wish I had a schedule. All right. I am disgusted with Delphi, just so you know. Disgusted with the response, the whole 9 yards. I'm so over this. I am so over this. Whatever we can do to help Richard Allen, I'm all in. Okay. But the nonsense, I'm over it. All right. I hope you all have a beautiful day. Be safe out there. Thank you so much for coming in and chatting with me and being the smart, wonderful people that you are. I will see you soon, somewhere, sometime, whatever you do. Stay safe and stay silky. Bye bye.